Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the In Progress Community Care Campus on this beautiful fall morning. It's great to be with everyone here today for my weekly press conference. And today we have a wonderful, exciting announcement that's just another reflection of the positive things that are going on around this entire community, and particularly right here on the Community Care Campus. One of my highest priorities as mayor is to create safe, affordable places for everyone in our city to call home. Put simply, we need more housing of all types in all neighborhoods across our entire city. And we need more housing and health care for those who are most in need. So far, we've created about 5,000 new units of affordable housing over the past couple years. I established our Home for Good task force, which looks to add an additional 250 units for people who are experiencing chronic homelessness by 2027. We've improved homeless services to better connect people with addiction treatment, medical care, and other things that they need. We've added more 24/7 shelter space in our most recent budget. And we've made over $20 million of commitments that's going on right here at the Community Care Campus, which is a national model for helping people who are in need. That's right. The Community Care Campus is a national model for providing resources to help people get off the streets, stay off the streets, and find a new positive path in life. All of us who are involved in this are incredibly hard at work, but I'm not content. We know we need to do more, and so that's what we're doing. We need to strengthen and speed up our efforts so that every person and every family in Louisville has a safe, affordable place to call home. We need as many people on our team that are focused on this cause, and friends, we're making progress, and it shows right here at the Community Care Campus. And this Community Care Campus is the result of a wonderful partnership, a partnership between my team at Louisville Metro Government and other community organizations and leaders. Folks like Jennifer Hancock and her team at Volunteers of America, who are leading the charge here and will be operating the Community Care Campus. Folks like Gary from YMCA, whose team does an incredible job all across this community. I've been witnessing firsthand some of the incredible work that Gary and his team at the Y have been doing in areas of early childhood education. And this team also includes people who, beyond Metro government, have helped to step up, to invest dollars to make the Community Care Campus a reality, to make the housing and healthcare and other services a reality for people who need it most. And that's what we're here today to celebrate. Another great partner who is making significant contributions to this effort. And today, we're here with representatives from the Jewish Heritage Fund, which has a great announcement on the groundbreaking work that will be happening here. So to provide more details on this, please join me in welcoming Jeff Polson, the President and CEO of the Jewish Heritage Fund for Excellence. Jeff?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mayor Greenberg. I want to begin with a note of thanks for the leadership you and your administration are providing in addressing the housing issues our community is facing. I also want to recognize our current and former board members who are with us today, including our board chair, Dr. Karen Abrams, and our vice chair, Jennifer Tuvlin. Their leadership and counsel make this work possible. On behalf of the Jewish Heritage Fund, it's a pleasure to be here with you today to celebrate the ongoing progress of the Community Care Campus and the positive impact it will make on the entire Louisville community. I want to extend my gratitude to Jennifer Hancock and the board and staff at Volunteers of America Mid-States for their vision and commitment to making the Community Care Campus a reality. I want to thank Gary Cobbs, Matt Reed, and the team at YMCA Safe Place Services for their dedication to addressing this critical need. And I especially want to thank Isaiah Daniels, whom you'll hear from later, for his presence and willingness to share his story with us this morning. The Jewish Heritage Fund was established in 2012 with a vision of improving health outcomes, strengthening Louisville's distinction as a center for leading-edge medical research, and fostering a robust and dynamic Jewish community. Our work honors and continues the vision of the founders of Jewish Hospital. We recognize adolescence as a critical period of development that extends into young adulthood. A 2018 report from the National Academy of Science explained that the brain continues to grow and develop into its environment throughout adolescence, creating both opportunities and risks that will have a generational impact. It's a time when teenagers and young adults grow physically, try new adventures, think more critically, and develop more complex relationships. However, they need caring individuals, safe environments, and positive developmental experiences to launch into a healthy adulthood. This informs our overall strategy, which envisions Louisville as a city where all its teens and young adults are mentally and physically thriving, healthy, and fully engaged in the community. With that vision in mind, and on behalf of the Jewish Heritage Fund Board of Trustees, I'm excited to announce our commitment of $500,000 to the Community Care Campus Young Adult Transitional Housing Program. The Community Care Campus and its support services will be critical to the overall effort of reducing homelessness in the city of Louisville, and we're grateful that young adult transitional housing will be part of that ecosystem. With young adults comprising one of the fastest growing segments of homelessness in Louisville, we know the earlier we can get these individuals into stable jobs and housing, the more likely we are to prevent the compounding adverse effects of homelessness. Temporary housing won't solve the issue alone. Access to wraparound services, including case management, job placement, and housing navigation, provides young adults with much needed assistance in securing permanent housing. We're excited that YMCA Safe Place Services will provide those critical services on the Community Care Campus. To that end, we have also committed $150,000 to YMCA Safe Place Services to support the operations of the Transitional Housing Program. We know they will provide affirming support to every young person who enters these doors. Stable housing plays a crucial role in supporting health and wellness of young adults, contributing to positive mental health outcomes, increased employment opportunities, access to safe and healthy foods. We recognize that this is a problem that will not be fixed overnight. But thanks to the incredible work being done by our partners and the continuing leadership of Mayor Greenberg, as well as the numerous other agencies across the community who seek to create meaningful generational impacts, I'm confident that we will see substantial progress in reducing homelessness in Louisville in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeff, to you and everyone with the Jewish Heritage Fund for your generosity and your partnership in this project and so many others across the city that are doing great work with your impactful and important investments in projects like this. Speaking of other great partners, as I just mentioned, leading the charge here is Volunteers of America Mid-States, who has been committed to this project and so many other important efforts across the city that are helping people across our city and across our entire state. So to hear a little bit more about the work that's going on here and the prospects for what's going to happen at the Community Care Campus, please join me in welcoming VOA Mid-State's amazing CEO, Jennifer Hancock.
Well, thank you again, Jeff and Mayor Greenberg, and welcome to all of you to our Community Care Campus. I am so thrilled that you are here. So my goodness, $500,000 plus another $150,000 of operating support. What an amazing gift for our friends at the YMCA. This is absolutely more than a donation. It's truly a lifeline. It's an investment in young people who are at a critical crossroads in their lives. We are so deeply grateful for the Jewish Heritage Fund, for your leadership, for your vision, and for your commitment to building a stronger, more compassionate community for all of us and especially our young people. And we're proud to continue our partnership with YMCA Safe Place. My friend Matt Reed and his incredible team have the expertise in youth crisis response and a long-standing presence in our city that has made a powerful impact. This community care campus will provide a central place where people experiencing homelessness will access shelter, health care, and permanent housing. We are so proud to collaborate with the mayor and his team to bring this project to life, and we will see the first phase open in the spring. Stay tuned for more on that. When we were creating the master plan for this campus, we talked about the fact that young adults are the fastest growing homeless population in our city. We were determined to address that issue, and this generous investment from the Jewish Heritage Fund makes that promise real. The money will support the capital construction of 15 transitional units for young adults right behind us. They will be efficiency apartments, each with a bathroom and a storage space. YMCA Safe Place case managers will work with the young residents to facilitate stability in their lives and disrupt the pathway to chronic homelessness. You're going to hear more about that in just a moment from Gary Cobbs. And I just want to say that the Jewish Heritage Fund has been a generous and reliable friend to our community and to VOA for a long time. Just in the past few years, they awarded $300,000 in grant funding to bring restorative justice programs to Jefferson County Public Schools. They are thoughtful and strategic in how they approach their giving, and they are compassionate leaders who recognize some of the most vulnerable in our community need additional supports to realize self-sufficiency. So again, to Jeff and the entire team of Jewish Heritage Fund, thank you again so much. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our partner on this project, Mr. Gary Cobbs, the President and CEO of YMCA. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Like, wow, right? Like, you know, this is unbelievable. We're stronger together, right? Partnership matters, right? For our community, the impact that we make is done by us coming together, not alone. Taking this journey together is so important. So, on behalf of the YMCA of Greater Louisville, it's an honor to stand alongside so many dedicated partners and community leaders for this important announcement. Today, we're celebrating more than a project. We're celebrating a promise to young people to deserve safety, stability, and the chance to thrive. For over 50 years, through the work of Safe Place Services, the YMCA has walked beside youth and young adults facing homelessness. We've seen the challenges they endure, but more importantly, we've seen their strength. When given stability, guidance, and opportunity, they rise every single time. The new partnership represents the step in this journey. Together, we'll provide transitional housing units for more than 15 to 20 people alongside the case management and wraparound support services. This kind of holistic care that allows young adults not just to survive, but to build independent, thriving lives. I have every confidence in our YMCA Safe Place team and in what this collaboration will achieve. The support and services offered through this new transitional housing project will change the trajectories and transform lives. We're ready to get started. None of this will be possible without incredible leadership and generosity. Jeff Polson, thank you for your steady guidance and for believing in this work. And to the Jewish Heritage Fund, your combined investment of $500,000 in capital and $150,000 in operational support is extraordinary. But beyond the dollars, it's the heart behind it that matters most. Your commitment reflects what Louisville, such a compassionate city, a place where people come together to lift one another up. To Jennifer Hancock and your remarkable team at VOA Mid-States, congratulations. Your persistence and your vision and your care for our city's most vulnerable is very inspiring. This community care campus will soon stand as a beacon of hope for so many and a reminder of what's possible when we work together. And finally, to Mayor Greenberg, thank you for your leadership and steadfast commitment to addressing homelessness in Louisville. You and your team have worked tirelessly to move our city forward, and this project is one example of your promise in action. At the YMCA, part of our mission is to build a healthy spirit and mind and body for all. This partnership lives out that mission in a very profound way, ensuring that young adults have not only a safe place to call home, but a future filled with possibility. Thank you to all who had a hand in supporting this wonderful, wonderful effort. Now it's my great privilege to introduce our next speaker, someone whose story beautifully captures why this work matters so deeply and so much. Please join me in welcoming our shining star at the YMCA, Mr. Isaiah Daniels. Come on, Isaiah. Do your thing.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Isaiah. My name is Isaiah Daniels. Thank you for having me today. When I was invited to speak on behalf of YMCA, I did not hesitate. It sounds like the VOA, Safe Place, and the folks at Jewish Heritage are about to do some very amazing things. When Safe Place started talking about transitional housing, I was a part of the very first focus group. So I'm so happy to help out again today. Everyone in their life had challenges. For me, it was some deaths of some people really close to me, including some family members and friends, along with being bullied in school. That caused me to be extremely depressed. I also lived in an abusive household. I was treated differently than everyone else. I also did not know how to cope with that situation. I certainly wasn't ready for the challenges of successfully living on my own. You see, I've been homeless multiple times. The first time, I was at my lowest point. I thought I had no one else to turn to at all. That's when I met some pretty amazing staff at Safe Place. From that point of connection, I always knew that I had people to turn to no matter what. Safe Place has offered help for young adults trying to get back on their feet, and that's exactly what I needed. The most important thing is they welcomed everyone. They did not discriminate you because of your background, your ethnicity, or your identity. Programs like theirs are important for many reasons. They give you an opportunity to meet other clients in similar situations with similar backgrounds. They also help you get your documents to help you get housing and finding a job. And they also connect you with other resources. They also feed you and give you a place to relax during the day. They let you wash your clothes, also take hot showers. They can even provide you with clothes, shoes, hygiene products, and other essentials that you may need. It took a while, but Safe Place was eventually able to help me get my housing. They connected me with Blueprint 502 and other housing programs. I didn't even have to try to do anything on my own anymore because I had people with me to help me guide me and to also figure out things together, not alone. Through my experience working with the drop-in center staff at Safe Place, I learned that I can be resilient, patient, strong, and also stay positive no matter what situation I was in. Now I'm housed and I work at GE Appliances, and I also go to JCTC so I can provide for me and my son. So I can say things are going pretty good right now. I still have some goals and achievements I want to meet and complete. I am working on finishing my associate's degree in manufacturing. I'm also saving up money to get my very first car. Right now, I spend a lot of time studying and also working overtime so I can achieve these goals. Without the guidance of Safe Place, Blueprint 502, The Spot, and many others, my experience on the streets would have been very differently. But thanks to the support of so many people, I was able to move into housing, find a great job, and also plan for my future again. So when I was told about this new project, the one here on VOA campus, I got pretty excited. Well, a little jealous too. Because I know what it feels like to have to wait for an opportunity like this. But mainly excited. Excited for all the other young adults that I still know at the drop-in center and in the future. It's important to have projects like the community care campus, the YMCA transitional housing. There are so many others like me that deserve the same opportunities that I got. The faster that the young adults can get off the streets and on their feet and in a safer environment, the better they will be, the better we all will be. Thank you for letting me come and share my story with y'all today, and more importantly, for making all this happen. Projects like this truly make me believe our best days are ahead of us. Thank you.
That was great, Isaiah. Thank you so much for sharing your story. This is why all of us are here today. This is why all of us do it. This is why Jewish Heritage Fund makes these impactful contributions, and why VOA and YMCA and so many others are here to help folks like you, and thrilled about hearing your story and so excited for your future. So we just want a great reminder, and thanks to everyone that has come together to collaborate on this project and others as we work together to make our city safer, to make it stronger, and to make it healthier for everyone. Let's give it up for all of our partners that are with us here today. Two more quick announcements before I or others are happy to take any questions. First, another housing update. This is incredibly important, and we are making great progress, and we want the community to know about the progress that we're making. As I said earlier, we're working on so many ways to strengthen and speed up our efforts to provide more housing to individuals across the community. And earlier this year, we announced about $750,000 in grant funding from the Bezos Day One Families Fund to help us house and support homeless families in Louisville. Through our Office of Social Services, these funds will be used to house 7 local families per year over the next 4 years. They're going to be using a collaborative approach across their agency with other partners as well to provide direct rental assistance, case management, and housing placement services. Our housing engagement and assessment response team will help connect these individuals with apartments that work for them. The Office of Financial Empowerment will help connect families with banking and other financial services. All of this to make sure that these families can find housing, stay in housing, and get stronger for them and their entire families. So thanks again to our entire team with the Office of Social Services. Thank you to the Bezos Day One Family Fund for this generous contribution. And thanks to Natalie and everyone with the Coalition for the Homeless, which is administering the funds locally, and for your partnership in this and so many other initiatives that we're working on. Thanks to everyone for making that happen. And finally, just a reminder that today at 1:30 is our first meeting of the Community Safety Commission. That's going to be at the main branch of the Louisville Free Public Library in room 202 from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Very excited to get the Community Safety Commission together. The independent monitor that we recently hired will be participating, and their work on continuing to make progress in our efforts to improve public safety, to improve LMPD, will begin in earnest at that meeting. So lots of progress going on around the community, lots of other things that are still going on that we're working on every day. Thanks again for those joining us here today. I'm happy to take any questions, or our partners here will be happy to take questions about the Community Care Campus as well. Roberto, was that a hand? Yeah. Okay.
Can you talk a little bit about where the Community Care Campus project is at right now, how many people are serving, and then where will be at the end of phase 1 completion?
Yes, Jennifer's going to take the first stab at that.
Thank you for your question regarding where we're at in terms of the project timeline. We're still operating our temporary shelter behind me. That was generously supported by the PNC Bank Foundation, and so we're continuing to serve between 10 and 13 families at a time. The first phase of the project, which is scheduled to open in the spring of 2026, is our Unity House program that is in the old hotel, which is right here on this corner. That's an active construction site today, and we are excited to be able to welcome you to visit it in the spring of 2026. And then, as you can see behind us also at the former C2 Event Center, that is the future home of Volunteers of America's administrative staff, as well as a variety of community partners who will join us in delivering services on this campus. And that is also scheduled to open towards the end of next year. Then medical respite will be coming next. We're actively working on the design for medical respite, and then we'll be bidding out that project. And then finally, once we get more guidance from the federal agency of HUD, we'll determine how we bring permanent housing to this campus. We're currently discussing with some partners the ability to have permanent housing right adjacent to this campus that are already tax credit funded project. In the meantime, we're working with our federal delegation to determine when we'll have more vouchers available for the state of Kentucky, which would unlock the ability to have permanent housing on this campus. So lots of different moving parts, but we are on schedule, and we'll continue to see various projects unveiled over the next 24 months. Finally, in 2 weeks, the mayor and I will be together at the Chancery, which is right next door, where we're going to open 34 efficiency apartments for individuals who are experiencing chronic homelessness, who have some persistent behavioral health issues, where they're going to have on-site case management access. So permanent supportive housing will soon be available to the community because of our partnership with Louisville Metro. They're the owner, and we're the operator of services, so we're going to be excited to introduce that project to the community in just 2 weeks. Thank you so much.
For the homeless, but I'll ask you, why is it that young adults are the fastest growing population? Why is that happening?
One of the reasons we're aware, Paul, is that young adults have an experience where they fall over cliffs of services as they turn 18. So some of these individuals have been engaged in the foster care system, the Department of Community-Based Services, which enables them to have access to some specific services. And they age out of care and fall over that cliff, and without those services, find themselves in crisis. And I loved Isaiah's really eloquent way of describing that someone from the YMCA Safe Place was accompanying him. He has all the skills and abilities, but needed someone to help accompany him to access those services. He's a smart young man, but needed that extra support to navigate the service system and to know what was accessible to him. And then look at you now, sir. So proof positive that when we navigate young people through those system of care and make sure they're getting plugged in for some additional services, that we can launch them into career and into permanent housing. I'm going to have to defer to my colleagues in terms at the Y in terms of the eligibility criteria and how those decisions are made.
And my good friend Matt Reed is somewhere around here, and Matt can come on up and talk a little bit more about the details of all those things there. But to the point that Jennifer made about Isaiah, is that we walk along, every step for those youth in crisis and helping them get to where they need to be and be a productive citizen in society. And Isaiah's story is just one of many. So, Matt.
Sure, thanks. Hi, everyone. Matt Reed, the Executive Director at Safe Place, and thank you for the question. Go through a pretty rigorous assessment process. One of the nice things about this transitional housing program is that we'll be a part of a larger effort that we operate on our Safe Place campus. So we have a fully, as Isaiah was speaking about our drop-in center, we have an opportunity for young adults to come 5 days a week, and they can go through a series of not just getting their basic needs met, but a series of assessments. We will use those assessments to help determine which young adults will be best fits for this transitional housing program. So I think it really represents sort of the end of a continuum of care that we're trying to provide through our services at Safe Place. So, thanks.
Thank you all. Any other questions with this, sir? Roberto?
Can you just talk a little bit about the increase in detainers that we see?
Sure. So the question was about detainers at Louisville Metro Department of Corrections. As I announced several months ago, as a result of directive from the U.S. Attorney General on Louisville's lack of compliance with federal law, individuals who are not in the country legally and who are arrested and booked at corrections are now subject to being detained by the federal government on unrelated immigration charges. And so that has happened. The reason that I did that was to protect the broader community. And I think for all of us that are seeing what's going on in cities like Chicago and Portland, Black Hawk helicopters in the middle of the night in our own cities here at home with people rappelling and rounding up individuals in the hundreds, in the thousands around the country. That's what I strove to protect here in Louisville. And that's what I believe this policy is protecting. I still believe, as a matter of fact, I've run into several folks over the past couple weeks who have said to me they had questions about the decision when it was first made. And now seeing what's happening in other parts of our country, that they now understand why that decision was made and why this decision, while nobody likes it, including myself, why I still believe we're protecting the most number of immigrants in this community who play such an important role in this community, who add to our vibrancy, our strength, our diversity, our economy. We want people to feel safe in Louisville, and I believe this policy does that the best as possible in the current climate with the federal government. Any other questions? All right, well, thanks so much. And again, thanks to our amazing partners for all this great work. And we are so excited, Jennifer, for those openings to come. Thanks to you all very much.